Hi, Jessie Nebulas here. Welcome to the channel. We're getting back into Buffy, Season 2, Episode 2. Now, in the last one, of course, Buffy was, shall we say, a little unkind to everybody. And as much as I didn't enjoy seeing her being unkind and nasty to people, I really do appreciate that they addressed and acknowledged the fact that what she went through was traumatic, and that kind of trauma does have effects on your personality and your behavior when you don't deal with them, which she really didn't. It happened, and then she went off all summer with her father and didn't have anybody to talk to about it, like her friends who actually knew what happened. Her father would have no idea. So it makes a lot of sense that she would have some issues going on and be a little maladaptive. And I'm really glad that they addressed that. I really am, because one of the things I dislike about a lot of shows is that there's no real lasting consequences for a lot of the things that happen. A lot of times they will have these grand, huge, traumatic episodes and have all this drama and things going on, and then at the end, it kind of wipes the slate clean, and then the next episode, they just go about their business like nothing happened. And I don't like that. As a writer and as a viewer, that really bothers me, because it's not realistic. It's not true to life. That's not how people work. When we go through things, it affects us, and those effects last. You know, they take time. And if a character does not display that kind of consequence, longevity of, trauma and things like that, if they don't do that, it makes them feel very unrealistic. And if they're unrealistic, I have a hard time connecting with them emotionally. And if I don't connect with characters emotionally, I don't give a shit about the story, no matter how interesting it is. That's just how I work. If I can't connect to the characters, I'm not going to care about what's happening. And I know some people don't have that to the degree that I do, but I think everybody does it a little bit. So even though I didn't like seeing Buffy being a bitch, I'm glad that they did it. I'm glad that they took the time to address it. And I hope that that's something that continues moving forward, where if they go through something that's, pretty difficult, it's still going to affect them later. I want that kind of consequence and longevity. Not that because I'm cruel and I want to see them suffer or anything like that, just because it's more realistic and it helps me connect with them. And it's something I really do appreciate, and I'm glad that they did. Well, I don't know where we go from here, because, the Anointed is still being a little bastard. His little ending quip in the last episode was great. I enjoyed it very much. But like I said before, I don't really see how they can keep the Anointed as a character for much longer, simply because the kid will age and it won't make sense within the story. So unless they come up with something to explain that makes sense, which is possible, it's fiction, you can do things. But otherwise, I just don't see him being a long-term character. So I don't know who the new antagonist is going to be after the Anointed is no longer part of the story, if they get rid of him for the reasons that I said. So I'm curious to see what happens there. The other thing I'm really looking forward to, I look forward to the day when Buffy's mom actually knows that she's the Slayer. That's my big thing, because I don't really subscribe to the idea that you need to keep people in the dark in order to protect them. It doesn't make sense to me. They use that in a lot of superhero shows and things, like in movies, superhero stories where the person has to keep their identity a secret from the people close to them in order to protect them. Sometimes it makes a little more sense depending on the elements that are in place in particular stories, but overall it doesn't make sense to me. Like in the one episode where Darla popped up and, she got invited into the house by Joyce. If Joyce had known about vampires, she wouldn't have done that. So she wouldn't have been injured, and she wouldn't have been in danger in that moment. And I don't see where her not knowing about vampires and Buffy being the Slayer protects her in any sense. Maybe I'm missing something there, but I don't see how that makes sense. So I don't want it to be that way. I want her to know. Especially since she tries so hard to connect to Buffy. And she just can't, because she doesn't know the full story. And I just really look forward to the episode where that happens. I don't know when it's going to happen. It might be seasons later that she finally finds out, but I imagine she does find out eventually. I would be very surprised because the show has like, what, 8 seasons or something like that, maybe? 9? I don't know. I have no clue. But I know there's a lot of seasons, and it would be very weird to me if her mother never figured it out and was never brought into the fold. That would be very strange to me. The other thing I'm kind of curious about, and I've rambled on way too long already. Usually I try to keep my interest to about 3 minutes. This one's not going to be, I can tell. But the other thing that I really am interested in finding out is more about like the Watchers. Because when Buffy was in the in the season finale of season 1, she mentioned, you know, will they send somebody else or are you going to train the new one? You know, and I was kind of thinking about that a little bit. I want to know more about the Watchers and how that all works. Like, is there like a guild, like a Watchers guild, or like, you know, a committee, a council, something like that, that kind of determines things like that. And I'd be interested to find out, because I want to know who's kind of running that show. I want to know more about that. I think that would be interesting. I want to see more of the lore play out in terms of the Watchers and the Slayers. I want to find out more about that. But otherwise, the only way to do that is to just watch the damn show, right? So let's do that. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like or a comment. I always really appreciate that, especially coming back from my hiatus. My views are down, and I knew they would be, but it's still discouraging. But I'm going to keep on. But that's why I really do appreciate when you like and comment, because it does help me out quite a bit. And you can also subscribe if you haven't already done so, or check out the Patreon if you want to get the uncut reactions and get them quite a bit early. Or you can check out the membership plan here on YouTube, where you can get early access to the edited videos. And you can get those quite a bit early too. I think I'm like 2 or 3 weeks scheduled at this point for you guys to check out if you're interested. So, alright, let's just do it.
In every generation there is a chosen one. She alone
Oh,
against the balance.
so Giles is going to narrate for us now.
She is the Slayer.
I like that better. Any excuse to hear more from Anthony Stewart Head.
Some of us have a ton of trig homework waiting.
Indeed.
Are you crazy? You don't just sneak up on people in a graveyard. Stomp or yodel.
I heard you were in the hunt.
Stomp or yodel.
You're here alone? I just thought you'd have somebody with you. Xander or someone.
Xander,
Or someone.
are you jealous?
Oh, Xander? Please. Just a kid.
One little dance, which I only did to make you crazy, by the way. Behold my success.
I am not jealous. We fight. You always bring up the vampire.
Well, I didn't come here to fight.
And what? You have no awareness, Angel. He was right behind you.
Mistake.
Then see steak.
Did you just bring the one steak, girl? Are they shorts or a skirt? But either way, they're shorts. Got him. And she did it in clogs.
What do you mean he's just a kid? Does that mean I'm just a kid too?
Yeah.
Look, obviously I made a mistake coming here tonight.
It takes more than that to get rid of me. Oh.
Oof. That's horrendous and nightmarish.
Gee, I wish people wouldn't leave open graves laying around like this.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Look at those tracks. Whoever was buried here didn't rise from this grave.
See, she's clever. Oh. It was a woman.
She was dragged from it.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of drama going on, which, you know, happens. They're teenagers. Well, one of them's a teenager. The other's not. So he needs to be a little more mature about it, but I get it.
A social engagement.
Oh, he's practicing with for calendar.
I was just working on...
Your pickup lines? Being called an idiot tends to take people out of the dating mood.
Yeah.
It actually kind of turns me on.
I fear you.
I do a little too.
Hey, I got a thing. You maybe have a thing. Maybe we could have a thing. Then you say, how do you feel about Mexican?
About Mexicans?
Mexican.
Food.
Food.
Oh, is it time to have a talk about the facts of life?
You know, I'm suddenly deciding this is none of your business.
You know, because that whole stork thing is a smokescreen.
Mr. Korshak show up on schedule?
More or less.
Shit.
Angel and I took care of him.
Angel.
We found an empty grave.
Grave robbing? That's new. Interesting.
Yeah.
I know you meant to say gross and disturbing.
Yes, of course. A terrible thing. Must put a stop to it. Damn it.
So,
She died recently. She was our age.
Oh. Oh, this actor. I vaguely recall him from some other things when he's older.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, Chris has a unibrow.
Oh, I was just wondering what you were going to do this year.
Is it going to be plucking that eyebrow? That's a cute
I don't think
dress.
anyone should have to do anything educational in school if they don't want to.
The tomato. Fruit or vegetable?
We are under fluorescent lights, for God's
The
sake.
camera loves you. It's for my private collection. Will you quit it?
Coming through. Sorry.
Thank you for being less creepy than this guy.
See you later, Chris. Thanks for the tip.
I think she kind of likes him. Mr. Unibrow.
She'd be just perfect for us.
Don't be an idiot. She's alive.
Oh, no.
I would have asked Chris to help me, but then that would have brought back too many memories of Daryl. Hello, can we deal with my pain, please?
You deal with it. It's all you deserve, girl.
She wasn't killed by vampires. Somebody did dig up her corpse.
Why is it that every conversation you people have has the word corpse in it?
Well, why are you involved then? Go away.
Could obviously be a voodoo practitioner.
You mean making a zombie?
Are we doing zombies this time?
Say 9-ish. BYO shovel.
And I'll pack some food. Who else likes those little powdered donuts?
I do.
You know, this might go a lot faster if you Fims actually picked up a shovel, too.
Agreed.
I was raised to believe that men dig up the corpses and that women have the babies. Speaking of the
Well,
whack,
have a baby then.
what was Cordelia's whole riff about painful
Don't.
memories?
Chris's older brother.
When he broke Cordy's heart?
He died.
Must possibly.
He died.
Yeah.
Rock climbing or something. He fell. I heard their mother.
He's trying to bring his brother back.
I think we're there.
That might be what we're doing here. Check his brother's grave.
Call me an optimist, but I'm hoping to find a fortune in gold doubloons.
But his brother would be
You're close.
pretty
Pathetic much?
deteriorated by this point if it's been a few years. So I don't know. Maybe they can reanimate a body and then bring his spirit back, maybe? What do we got, guys?
Guys, if we don't get this down
Whatever
by
it is, they're
tomorrow,
not gonna show
no one's
us.
going to be led by our cheers. Practice.
Led by our tears. See, she's not dumb. She's just oblivious and ignorant and not interested. That's what it is. She's disinterested in how smart she is, because she actually is quite bright. She just has no intellectual interest or curiosity whatsoever. I certainly hope nothing bad happens to her at this point. I'm starting to like her a little. I appreciate the developments that they're making with her. Oh, we got some shoes. What do we got? Well, don't leave your keys and run. You should at least grab the keys before you... Well, I guess you could circle around to the car. The car's not moving without the keys in them, I guess. See, she's clever. Though for all she knew, that was a teacher. But, you know, trust your instincts. Hello. Hello.
This is the last place I expected you to hang out. I'm looking for Buffy.
Buffy? Big shock. She's at the graveyard.
She said she'd be home.
Well, she lied. Isn't she a rascal?
Well, if she said she'd be at home, why didn't you go look for her at home? Well, that's interesting.
You're back.
Why are you hanging on him? I don't like it.
I thought you were taking the night off.
I was, but something came up.
Cordelia told me the truth.
That's got to be a first.
Somebody's been digging up the bodies of dead girls.
I know. We found some of them.
Cordelia, stop hanging on him.
Why are these terrible things always happening to me?
So much for our zombie theory.
Why go to all the trouble to dig up 3 girls only to chop them up and throw them away?
Well, they're keeping certain
So,
parts.
add up to 3. I think they kept some parts.
Is it more like a Frankenstein kind of deal?
Well, why don't you get these guys' locker numbers and we can do some checking?
You have to go? Aw, too bad. Keep in touch. Bye-bye.
I don't want to go alone.
Angel, will you go with me?
You take me?
Say no, Angel, for God's sake. She's annoying.
Great. I'll drive.
No, he's being nice. He doesn't even want to, you can tell. He's just trying to be a gentleman. Cordelia's just being a dingus.
How about that? I always pegged him as a one-woman vampire.
He is. He's just being nice to someone who doesn't really deserve it. Oh, is that... Yeah, I was gonna say she's watching her son's game, maybe.
Mom?
Ah. That is quite sad, even though he's a creeper. With a sad unibrow. Him and his sad unibrow. But yeah, that's really quite sad. That the mom doesn't even care about the living kid because she's so stuck on the dead one. It's really sad.
This search is completely unauthorized, and I cannot condone it.
Wanna grab a locker?
Oh, yes, of course.
Hey, Eric.
Grey's Anatomy, mortician's desk reference.
Grey's Anatomy. Ugh. Yeah.
What can make me
Feel this way, my girl.
My girl. She's not gonna be anybody's baby if we don't finish her soon.
What about her head? Are we gonna... Oh, are we deciding which head we want?
What about Chris? He seems like a human person.
Yeah, she kind of liked him.
And speaking of love,
We were talking about the reanimation of dead tissue.
do I deconstruct your segues?
Have fun.
What? Oh, don't.
Best of luck.
Oh, Giles, just...
It's Calendar.
Oh no, please, call me Jenny. Ms. Calendar's my father.
She's so freaking cute.
Rupert, look, I've got to get inside and set up the lab.
What I'm proposing is...
I gotta go. Sorry.
Oh, you missed your chance, but another will come.
Idiot.
Oh,
Hey, listen, if it's important, why don't you just tell me at the game? You're going too, right?
she's so cute. Of course. And I love the new haircut.
So we should just go together. How do you feel about Mexican?
Okay. Tonight, then.
Oh, I'm excited for them. This is really cute. They better not be setting that up to break my heart. That went well. That went great, Giles. You did good. Well, she did good. And you got lucky. Let's see if he really gets lucky.
I want to get ahead. For the love of God, can somebody scratch my nose?
Somebody laugh at that boy. He needs it.
Apparently they found 3 heads in the dumpster.
Probably need fresher brain. So they're gonna kill somebody to take it.
We will lose the entire body if we don't attach a head soon. We can't just keep waiting around for another lucky accident to drop a head in our laps. Hell, it's just one lousy girl. I won't do it.
Good for you.
I can't kill anyone.
Good for you, buddy.
Understand? I can't do that.
Who's he talking to?
Make me.
You promised me, little brother,
Oh, he already did it with...
I
Oh.
wouldn't be alone.
Oh. Jeez, that's sad. Okay.
You brought me back. You promised you'd take care of me. I need this, Chris.
Please don't ask me to do this. If you take a life in order to make a life, the whole thing is a wash.
Not to the person. You little psychopath.
You're the only one who can help me now. Help me, brother.
Oh, don't do it, Unibrow.
Thank you. Show me.
Who's he gonna pick?
A man of taste.
Yeah. Enjoy having her brain around, though.
Don't be too hard on Chris. I mean, he's not a vampire.
He's just a ghoul.
Yeah, he...
Hi,
His story's really sad.
to talk to him. Do you know if he's home?
I don't think she knows much. She doesn't seem very with it anymore. It's very, very sad.
He was MVP and he made All City that season.
You have a living child, woman.
But is Chris home?
I don't know. Is today a school day?
Oh, it's so sad. This poor woman. And that poor kid.
He would have been 19 next week.
The actor they got to play him looks super old for 19, though. Of course, he's got all that makeup on and the the prosthetics for the scars and all, but re-stitched together. The brother's got to be around there somewhere. Oh, there he is. Oh, jeez. I guess coming back from the dead doesn't do good things to your mind.
Oh, God. Chris, you scared me.
You should be scared.
Is something wrong?
That almost sounded like concern.
Cordelia has a game to think about. She doesn't need losers like you. What did you say?
Yeah, I'd punch her for that. Yes. Beat some ass. Do it.
Yeah, you don't understand. I have to go. I'm the apex.
Well, she's dedicated. I'll give her that.
I know what you're trying to do, but you haven't hurt anyone yet.
I have to do this for him. He needs someone.
Who, Eric?
He always looked out for me. He's all alone. Everybody loved him, and now he's all alone.
Who are you talking?
Light bulb.
Oh my god.
Nothing's changed. Your brother's not the only one who can create life.
You just want to kill someone, you little weirdo.
Let's go scare you up a date.
What do you get out of it, you little creep?
He's not here. Where else could he be?
The game. You have to go right back. There is quite a bit of sadness involved in the story, and it's... Ooh.
Is this your normal strategy for a first date? Do you
I
think
like
my
it.
country's national pastime?
Did you just say
Date?
a date?
You noticed that, huh?
Hi, Miss Calendar.
They're so cute. I love it. I love it so much. You guys are on their date, man. You're crashing a date. Well, I mean, they're already in a crowd anyway. But yeah, I was going to say, isolation does do terrible things to humans, and if he's that isolated and has been for a couple of years, it's... Yeah, I don't entirely blame this guy for what's happening to him and why he's behaving the way he is. Oh, see, that's really quite sad. Oh, they're making me empathize with the monster of the show, the kind of antagonist, which I like. I appreciate that. It's it's got some complexity to it. He's not just a pop-up boogeyman. There's layers to him. With those little paper cups, I haven't seen those in ages. Ugh. And with all the cheering, nobody's gonna hear her scream.
It's bad luck for the groom to see the bride before the wedding.
I won't scream, I promise.
She's gonna scream, you know.
Scream all you want. We're in an abandoned building. Okay, that's enough.
Does she recognize him at all yet?
I'm glad I have a second chance to tell you that.
Daryl?
I've learned to appreciate how much it meant that you wanted to be with me.
When you wake up, you'll have the body of a 17-year-old.
Several.
In fact, you'll have the body of several.
But we can hide together.
No.
And why does she have to be awake and alive for this? You could just put her out. Nice job, Buffy.
I know what you're doing, okay? Your brother sent me to stop you.
He wouldn't do that.
I'm not finished.
Yeah. Yep. See, that's a more reasonable tool than the one he was going to use. The other one was just a psychopath.
Let go!
Oh, bonk. Even though I feel bad for the guy, he's doing terrible things and he needs to be stopped. There goes a flame and there goes all the flammable stuff.
Get Cordelia!
Yeah, this whole place is gonna go up, I bet. Oof. Yeah, the choreography is definitely better this season. I'm appreciating it. Not that it was terrible last season or anything, it's just it's better. That's quite a scene to walk in on, man. Oh, don't save him. He's a piece of shit. Help Cordelia first, at least. Good job, Xander. Yeah, we gotta stop this guy. His life is miserable anyway. It'd be kind of a kindness at this point. Who's gonna pop in? Good. No, let him burn up. Man, losing him twice, that sucks. Sorry, Unibrow, even though you're doing some terrible things. I mean, given his life and the way his mom is, it's hard to blame him too much. He just went a little nutty.
Sorry about all this.
It's okay. Although a good rule of thumb for a first date is don't do anything so exciting that it'll be hard to top on a second date.
Did you just say second date?
You noticed that, huh?
I'm so excited for this. They better not kill her off at any point. I'll be very angry.
I just wanted to thank you for saving my life.
Wow.
What you did in there was really brave and heroic, and I just too...
Do you mind? We're talking here. So where were we?
How does that feel? How does that feel, Cordelia? That's how you make people feel all the time. But good for her growth there. That was... sounded quite sincere, actually.
He did do it all for his brother.
Sounds like he took it a little over the edge.
Yeah.
Love makes you do the wacky.
What?
Crazy stuff.
Oh, crazy, like a 241-year-old being jealous of a high school junior?
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
He gets to be there when I can't. He gets to see in the sunlight.
I don't look that good in direct light.
No. Why does that make me want to cry? I'm happy for this. I just don't like the jacket he's wearing. I like the dark jacket he wears much better. Oh, yeah. 78 to 96. That's really sad. Well, that was a good episode. I really liked that one. What they were doing was not right. It was not correct, of course. But understandable in some ways, at least for the two. The one guy was just a Looney Tune. And I wish they had told us what happened to that little bastard. I hope he gets his comeuppance, because he's just nutty and cruel. He didn't even... They could have... If they were going to cut off Cordelia's head, which, you know, I can't say I've never had that urge, but if they were, they could have sedated her first. They shouldn't have made her experience it. That's awful. To not just a terrible degree. So, anyway. I do really appreciate that they made the antagonist very complex. He wasn't just this terrible monster. There was a sadness to him and a loneliness that you could empathize with. And I think it's really important to do stuff like that. Because when a villain is just purely evil and they have no redeeming human qualities, they can get a bit boring sometimes. It can get a little stale. It can feel very... just very tropey and garish, and, you know, it's just a bit much. When you humanize the villain a little bit, I think it's more impactful, and I really appreciate that they did that. And I hope that that mom gets some help, because that mom is not okay. The way she's just living in the past and ignoring her living child in order to glorify her dead child is really sad and needs to be addressed for his well-being, because that's really quite tragic and sad. So, anyway, great episode. I hope you enjoyed the video of it. And if you did, you can always leave me a like or a comment. You can also subscribe for more, or check out the Patreon for the full reaction, or you can check out the channel membership plan. I'm stumbling over my words this outro. I'm really not having a good time with it. But yeah, you can also check out the membership plan here on YouTube if you want to get early access to the edited videos. And of course, I want to say thank you to my Patreon producers, as well as my channel members, my early birds. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your support. Alright, hope to see you in the next one. I'm Jessie Nebulous. Bye!